As you begin to implement the phonemic awareness lessons in your classroom, I want to share a little bit of information with you about what this can look like in your literacy block. Let's start by defining what is phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness is an understanding that spoken words are made up of individual sounds called phonemes. A child who is phonemically aware can isolate these sounds, they can blend sounds together to make a word, they can segment a word into individual sounds, and they can manipulate sounds through substituting and deleting activities. Phonemic awareness is oral and auditory. As you implement the lessons into your classroom, the words that you see within the lesson plans will not be shown in print. The activities will be spoken aloud by you as the teacher, and the students will be responding as well. Phonemic awareness is different than phonics. It is not phonics. The National Reading Panel defined phonemic awareness and phonics as two different, but both essential components in our literacy instruction. So as you work with the lessons this school year, you will be going through 10 phonemic awareness skills each and every day. As you work through the daily activities, you're providing your students with explicit instruction in sounds. Now, often teachers ask, why is phonemic awareness important? Marilyn Adams said that the lack of phonemic awareness is the most powerful determinant in the likelihood of failure to read. If our students aren't aware of the sounds they hear in words, they will struggle to be able to decode words in print when they want to read them and encode words in print when they write. We know that phonemic awareness is a foundational skill for students as they develop as readers. Dr. David Kilpatrick said that every point in a child's development of word-level reading is substantially affected by phonological awareness, from learning letter names and sounds all the way up to adding new multisyllabic words to our sight vocabulary. So as we implement these daily phonemic awareness lessons into your literacy block, you are providing your students with explicit instruction in sounds. Now, the lessons are meant to be taught every single day. Within your manual, you will see lessons for every day of the week, Monday through Friday. As you walk through your lessons, you'll be working with 8 to 10 skills each and every day, depending on the level of the curriculum that you are using. We have curriculum available for pre-K, kindergarten, and primary classrooms in English, as well as curriculum available for pre-K, kindergarten, and primary curriculums in Spanish. The lesson components that are a part of the daily lessons incorporate 8 essential phonemic awareness skills, as well as skills to teach letter name and sound fluency through letter naming, as well as language awareness. In our English curriculum, we incorporate these 8 skills every single day through fast-paced and fun activities that engage our students in their learning. The components of an English lesson include rhyming, where students are working to hear words that rhyme, recognize words that rhyme, as well as produce words that rhyme. We also work with onset fluency, where students are isolating the initial sound they hear in a word. Students are also blending sounds together to make words, working with larger units of language, like compound words and syllables, until they start to work with blending individual phonemes into words. Students are also identifying the final or the medial sound in a word through final and medial sound activities. We also ask our students to segment a word into sounds, that they would hear a word and be able to segment it into individual words of a compound words, syllables, onset rhyme, or phonemes. 3 of our most difficult skills are substituting, adding, and deleting. We ask our students to be able to manipulate phonemes or sounds in words in order to be an automatic decoder of print. Now, we also incorporate 2 additional activities. Letter naming is included as a way to introduce students to letter names along with the sounds that they make. We know that phonemic awareness and alphabet recognition are 2 predictors of reading success. And for that reason, we incorporate daily opportunities for letter naming within the curriculum so that students have daily practice with letter names along with their sounds. Letter naming is one of the only parts of the lessons where you will put print in front of your students. You may show your students flashcards with letters on them so they can see the letter name and then be able to say the name and the sound that it makes. You may use flashcards or an alphabet chart for this activity. We also incorporate an activity called language awareness. In our pre-K and our kindergarten curriculum, the students are learning nursery rhymes. They're starting to recite and sing and say nursery rhymes throughout the course of the school year. And in our primary curriculum, students are repeating sentences back. We would not write the sentences out for students. Instead, they would be hearing words in the sentence and counting the number of words orally listening to develop this idea of concept of word. Now, all of those skills are taught each and every day throughout all 35 weeks of the curriculum. It is intended that you would use the lessons on a daily basis to provide these skills for your students. Now, we also offer a Spanish curriculum for our pre-K, kindergarten, and primary classrooms. Some of the skills are similar to our English curriculum, but some of them differ as well. In our pre-K and kindergarten Spanish curricula, we focus on syllables when working with the skills of blending and segmenting, substituting, adding, and deleting. We also incorporate activities for rhyming, onset fluency, and isolating the initial and final sound in a word. In our primary Spanish curriculum, we work with blending and segmenting at the phoneme level. This is in order to prepare our students to transfer from their native language of blending and segmenting sounds as they start to work with blending and segmenting sounds in their second language of English. We work with some of those same skills, rhyming, onset fluency, isolating the initial and final syllables, as well as focusing on medial syllables, and then substituting, adding, and deleting, in addition to letter naming and language awareness. Explicitly teaching the Heggerty phonemic awareness lessons in your school day each and every day provides your students with those foundational skills they need to become a reader.